All hell breaks loose in Congress when Marjorie Taylor Greene accuses these Democratic governors of murder.
Crimes here. That is my number one job. But what is
ladies,
happening
time's
is
expired.
un-American.
Chair recognizes Mr. Timmons from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor Hochul, the difference is that the millions of Americans that came through Ellis Island did so legally. I'll yield to my friend from Georgia, Ms. Greene.
Thank you. Governor Hochul, are you a Democrat? Yes or no?
I'm a proud registered Democrat, yes.
Did you support Joe Biden for president? Yes or no?
I did.
Did you support the Biden administration's policies for the past 4 years?
I raised my concerns in many
That's
meetings
a
with
yes
the
or no
administrations
question.
about how the border was being enforced, and so I raised concerns.
So
I
you
said-
just stated, I'll reclaim my time, you said you're a proud Democrat. You supported Joe Biden for president. Clearly, you supported the Biden administration's policies.
I
Did
supported
you
many of
swear,
them, yes,
Governor
I have.
Hochul, did you swear an oath to faithfully uphold New York's Constitution and laws?
I certainly did.
In 2017, New York became a sanctuary state when Governor Cuomo signed Executive Order 170. This states, it directs that no state officers or employees, including law enforcement officers, shall disclose information to federal immigration authorities for the purpose of federal civil immigration enforcement unless required by the law. Do you support this law as governor of New York?
Yes, this pertains to civil enforcement.
So you do enforce sanctuary policies of New York?
I supporting helping law enforcement when it comes and ICE when it comes to.
Thank
dealing
you.
with
I
real
reclaim my
criminals.
time. You support sanctuary policies that have led to the horrific murder of people, Americans. This Fox News got it wrong. It should say monster. Arrested in broad daylight rape of a 13-year-old in a New York park. This girl was raped at knife point in the park near New York Mets Stadium. That's your state, Governor Hochul. New York Post also got it wrong and called him a migrant. That's a monster. Busted in brutal beating of New York PD cops in Times Square are members of bloodthirsty Trinde Aragua gangs. That's your state where you support your sanctuary state laws. Also, Governor Hochul, do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Where a homeless woman was burned alive by an illegal alien monster, where you uphold the laws to protect these monsters in your state, and then you force the New York citizens that pay taxes to pay for these people. This is the result of your sick and disgusting treasonous laws that you uphold as governor.
New York is not a
I
sanctuary
didn't
state for
recognize you, Ms.
criminals.
Hochul. This is my time. Do you know the name Laken Riley? Do you know the
Yes,
name
I
Laken
do.
Riley?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. Jose Ibarra murdered 22-year-old Laken Riley. He's an illegal alien monster from Venezuela, convicted of 10 charges. He was first arrested by the Biden administration that you stated that you support. Joe Biden for president, right? Proud Democrat, Governor Hochul. First arrested at the border and released by the Democrats that you support. Then, guess what? He made it to New York because the Biden administration flew illegals all over the country, and your state was one that accepted them. He lived at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Queens, an upscale hotel that was turned into an illegal alien shelter at the taxpayers' expense. $2 million a month went to this hotel. The second time he was arrested was in the state of New York for endangering a child. But he was released quickly before ICE could even issue a detainer, because you support those laws, Governor Hochul. Then he flew, get this is shocking. He flew from the state of New York to my home state in Georgia, and you all paid for it. Because, why? Because it was reticketing, and that was the little gift that you were giving my state by sending monsters there. Costs the state of New York $5 to $10 million a day to feed and house illegals. Are you smiling at me about this?
No, I'm not.
You look like you got quite a smile on your face.
No.
Because I can tell you,
Gentlelady
people,
will not.
this is my time, reclaiming my
order.
time.
I'm thinking about
attack the
Georgia.
witness.
Don't you dare
Don't attack the
smile
witness.
about the murder of
No, I'm
Laken
thinking about
Riley.
her parents.
The third
Don't
time,
question
the
how I
third
look.
time
Did she just say, don't question how I look? If you're smiling the fact that you're housing these illegal immigrants for millions of dollars every single month and they're committing these atrocious crimes, yeah, I'm going to question how you look if you're smiling, giggling at that. That is demented and sick in the head. It is a slap in the face for every hardworking American that you're trying to do your part, do your duty for yourself and your family so that you can provide a good life. And then these criminals are getting allowed in through the southern border. They're getting flown to New York City, where people dream of going, and you're putting them in 4-star, 5-star hotels. They are there absolutely free. I don't fault the people for taking advantage of the system. I fault the people who put that system in place and allowed this. It's almost like they wanted to aggravate and piss off Americans. Money that was spent putting these people up into the hotels were our taxpayer dollars. This is a classic example and shows how ill-equipped that people like her are for her position.
Breaking for her
My
parents.
time, Governor Hochul. The third time he was arrested was in the sanctuary city of Athens, another Democrat policy. And then he went on and attempted to rape Laken Riley and murdered her. He murdered her. Let me explain something to you. This little girl right here, she would be alive today if you weren't such a treasonous governor supporting sanctuary laws in the state of New York. This little girl would be alive today, and her mother very much would like for her to be alive. This is outrageous for anybody in this country to support for non-citizens to be able to come in our country, be able to travel wherever they want, and then make taxpayers pay to house them, feed them, and then give them a plane ticket after they had been arrested in their state. That's what you did. You are responsible for the murder of this little girl, Laken Riley. And the Department of Justice should prosecute you for her murder.
Objection.
I don't care how much you object, and if you
Objection.
support it too,
Objection.
you're responsible for her murder.
right.
I yield
Chairman.
now,
Lady-
Mr.
Gentle-
Chairman.
On a point of order.
Gentlelady.
On a point of order.
Gentlelady's time's
On a point of
expired.
order.
State your point.
Mr. Chairman, these witnesses have been here for over 4 hours. They've all voluntarily have been engaging with our members with respect. They've all treated our members with respect.
Laken
Our
Riley
rules
is
of
dead
decorum-
forever.
Our rules
Forever.
of decorum.
Forever.
Our rules
They
of
can sit
decorum
there all
reclaiming
day.
my time.
Hold on.
Reclaiming
No,
my
wait,
time.
state your point.
I'm
State
trying to.
State your
Let
point.
me- let me do it without
It's a
interruption.
point of inquiry, not a debate. You've had your time.
Our rules, if you would let me speak, our rules of decorum dictate that our witnesses should be treated with respect, and I ask you to enforce decorum and remind committee members to treat our witnesses with respect.
Our members are treating the witnesses with respect. This is not a courtroom. We engage with the witnesses, and I think everybody's acting within the realm. We haven't cried and screamed when you all are criticizing the current
Accusing them of-
president, even though that's in
accusing
the
them of treason
rules,
and
not
breaking the
criticizing.
law and
All
how
right.
they look,
All right,
That's-
maybe
Mr. Chairman.
if you win the chairmanship, if you all flip the House, you win the chairmanship, then you can do what Ms. Crockett says she's going to do and then try to impeach Trump again or whatever you're all.
Mr. Chairman, is there any chance you would yield me 30 seconds to just respond that we are heartbroken what happened to her family? Laken Riley should be alive today. And I'm so sorry for what happened to her. I truly am what happened. But this has nothing to do with our civil enforcement of the laws. We are always cooperating with criminal investigations, always have, always will. So misstating our policies is not serving the purpose of making sure we have meaningful policies that'll actually move the dime. Why aren't we working together to come up with meaningful immigration reform, secure our borders, do vetting at the
Wait a
border?
minute.
We're simply asking
We're going to
for
go
that.
back. Okay, Governor, with all due respect, there was no, the policy of the previous administration was an open border. It was an open border. You all supported that. Now you're saying we need.
Point of order, whose
You were
time is
saying
it?
you were, no, wait a minute.
Point of
Ms.
inquiry, whose time is it?
Ocasio-Cortez, I will recognize you because I like you.
Thank
But now,
you.
but here, wait,
Thank
wait
you
just
so
a
much,
second.
Mr. Chairman. I
Here's
appreciate
the-
that.
Here's the border was open, and you all said nothing. All right, now you said we had to pass legislation. We didn't have to pass legislation. Donald Trump secured the border on the first day. Now, there's no question you all have been obstructing, and criticizing and failing to work with this administration in trying to apprehend the criminal illegals. That's what this hearing's about. It's not about theater. It's about trying to get a consensus on working with this administration to deport the criminal illegals.
We do it every day of the week,
Not defend all
Mr.
the people
Chairman.
who are over here illegally, to deport the criminal illegals. So
We do it every day of the
everyone's out
week.
order. I'm going to let Ms.
Not-
Ocasio-Cortez state her point, and then we're going to go to Rokana.
Oh, we can continue. I was just curious whose time it was, but we can proceed.
right.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
Okay.
I'd like to seek unanimous consent to enter into the record this tweet. Just happened, stunning. Senator Alex Padilla from California was just forcibly removed from the news conference being held by
Without
DHS.
objection to order. You just have to state the title. Go ahead.
This is the title.
Mr. Lynch. Chair recognizes Mr. Lynch.
All right. Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request. This is from MSN. Unquestionably in violation. Judge says U.S. government didn't follow court orders on
Without objection, so ordered.
Deportation.
Did I hear that correctly? This man is concerned about how much it's going to cost the military to go into LA and prevent the riots. You were so concerned about this, why don't you get Governor Gavin Newsom to get off his butt and do something, arrest somebody? You can't allow lawlessness in the streets. Donald Trump has no choice but to bring in the military because of the incompetence and lack of leadership in California. When it comes to what Kathy Hochul said in regards to Laken Riley, you could tell she was just reading off a script. I saw the way that she was delivering those lines. It's almost like she was being forced to say it. There was no emotion in her face. It was like a robot was reading it. It wasn't even a human being. If you were so concerned about immigration, you would have pressed Joe Biden. We need to get on top of this. We cannot allow just blatant open borders. So we need regulations and restrictions. It's not fair to the American people. But did they do that? Did they say that to Joe Biden? No, they straight up went along with it. It's clear Kathy Hochul doesn't even want to do that because she supported Joe Biden in his second term. If she had such an umbrage and such an issue with immigration, she would have never supported Biden the second time around. That one male representative was so mad because he thought that she was not treating Kathy Hochul with respect. But I have one thing to say to that. Where is the respect of the American people? Because if you allow these illegal immigrants to roam our streets, commit whatever crimes they want, and they're never going to be held accountable, then as far as I'm concerned, you are liable for their death. But I'll tell you what, this video is going to age very well for Marjorie Taylor Greene, because when you stand on the truth and you stand on facts, time will only prove you right. It's going to show how incompetent our leadership truly is. We need to abolish sanctuary cities and sanctuary states immediately if we want to have any semblance of a thriving nation. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. What do you think should be done with Kathy Hochul? Should she just have to resign? Should she be prosecuted? And also, what do you think will happen to her? Let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.